Okay, so the next problem in the lead code we are solving is product of array except self. Okay, so let's see what does it even mean. Okay, so basically here we have got the list of numbers. We need to perform some product and return a new array itself. Okay, now what does it mean is, so basically they've given us 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, correct? So product of array means 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, this is the product of array, but they are asked us except self. We are not supposed to multiply the self element. Okay, so now let's say that we are going to generate a new array for this index. This is the self element, correct? I am not going to pick this guy, so we need to basically multiply all these values. Okay, and there is nothing in the left, we are not going to do it. Okay, now answer will be 24 here, correct? And let's say when I go to 2, what is there in the left and what is there in the right? Okay, so basically 1 into 4 3 is a 12. Okay, the answer will be 12 here. Okay, and finally for 3 also, what is there in the left? It will be 2 star 4, correct? I mean 2 1 into 2 into, okay, the left totally it will be 2 and into 4. Okay, so it is straightforward 8 comma 6. Okay, so basically if you understand it, so basically we are not going to take the product of the self element. Let's say we are at 1, we are not going to take it, we are going to take the product of the rest of the elements. Okay, so now to approach this problem, right, one quick thing that we can that comes to our mind is, so basically what we can do is, we can just take a product of everything, right? So let's say that it is 24, it is the total product. I can just divide it by each element, right, to get the answer. So let's say that if I divide it, right, 24 divided by 1, 24, and 24 divided by 2, it will be 12. 24 divided by 3, it will be 8, and then similarly 6. We are done here, right? So this will be our initial thought process or whatever it is. Okay, and but the thing is, here it is being told that we are not supposed to use the division operator. Okay, that is one restriction that we have. We are not supposed to use it. Okay, that is one thing. And also sometimes what happens is, there is one edge case where the numbers that are present here, right, are placed such a way that if you take a product of full, right, if you take a product of full, it will overflow the 32-bit integer. Okay, we need to handle this, but if you are going with this approach, we are supposed to handle it. So like, I mean, it's not a right way to do it. Okay, so I mean, we are not going supposed to use the division operator, right? So it's not a fit for our problem. Okay, so now let's see how we can solve this problem. So basically, second. Okay, so now let's take the same example. Okay, so let's take the same example, 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so basically what we're doing is, we are like, whenever we solved, right, so what did we do? Like, we took the left production. So let's say if I'm solving for 2, right, whatever the value that was present in the left and whatever the values that are present in the right, we took the product of it and we came to an answer, correct? So similarly, what we can generalize it is, so if I already know the left prod value for any number, and whatever we if we know the right prod value, we can just multiply those two, correct? So let's see, if we can generate that first. Okay, let's say left prod values are here and right prod values are here. Okay, so let me have this guy. Okay, so let's generate a left prod values for now. Okay, and I will have, for a buffer, right, I will have this 1 here, as it's a product, right? If I multiply it with 1, it will have no impact, so just that's why we are considering it as 1 as here. And for example, for 1, right, there is nothing in the left. Okay, we need something to multiply, right? So that's why we are keeping this as a buffer. Okay, so 1 into, if you take a left prod for this guy, it will be 1. And for 2, again, whatever so far we got here, it was 1, and also here it's also 1. 1 into 1, it will be 1. And when it comes to 2, the current value is 2 here. I'm going to pick that, and whatever the value that was previously here in the already plot value, that will be 1. Okay, and similarly for 4, whatever the value that is present here, it will be 3, and what is the answer here? It is 2. Okay, so it will be like around like 6, correct? So let me actually, okay, so yeah, this is how it looks, right? Like, I mean, after we solve, multiply and everything, we will get this. Similarly for the right prod, right, if I want to calculate the right prod for this, there is nothing here, right? So we have considered the 1 as a buffer, so right prod, there is will be only one element. And for 3, whatever so far calculated was 1, and what is the left element? 4, so it will be 4. And similarly when you come to 2, what is so far calculated is 4. What was the previous element? It is 3. 4 3 is the 12. And similarly when you come here, so so far calculated was 12 and previous element was 2, so it will be 24. Okay, so the answer now will be, so answer will be the product of these two. Okay, that's what we did, right? Left prod value and right prod value, we'll get a production, we'll get an answer. So similarly, if you do it right, so 24, 12, 4 to the 8, and 6 ones are 6. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, so this will be our approach. Okay, so what we can do is we can simply generate a left prod values, right prod values, take a product of it to get the result. Okay, this is the yeah, this again, right? I mean, this is how the approach it should be. But one catch here is, I mean, we are be generating multiple arrays, right? It will again increase the like, I mean, kind of space complexity. So we can improve this still. Okay, now let's see how we can do it. Okay, so what is the new? So, like, I mean, this should also work. But one small change that we are going to do here is to improve some space complexity and analyze. Um, we will say we'll calculate, however we are going to calculate the left prod value is first, correct, and then we are going for the right prod value. So what we'll do is we'll consider this itself as a result. Okay, we'll consider this itself as a result, and we'll do the same logic. Okay, whatever we did so far, we did it, we'll do it, and we'll calculate these result values. Okay, so now our result looks like, um result is currently at 1126. Okay, 1126. Now we'll instead of generate giving like, I mean, developing a new array called right prod, right, we'll update the result array in place to get our answer. Okay, so for example, basically we have the left prod values, we'll just have to find out a right prod values and multiply with it to get an answer. Okay, so for example here, right, initially the right prod value, right, it will be 1, correct, we are assuming it as 1. So we will say right prod value or prod value will be equal to 1 initially. Okay, and now what will happen, whenever we are updating, we'll just update with the right prod value. Right prod value is 1 here, so the answer will look like, so the answer will be 6 here, correct. So the answer will be 6, right prod value. I need to update my right prod value again here. Okay, the right prod value will be based on this guy, correct. Like, let's say that how did we generate this, we look after this guy, right. So basically, so now what it will be like, the whatever the value, we need to update it, correct, 4, and so far what was calculated, correct, whatever was calculated, it will be there, right. So right prod value is 4, now we'll update it to 4. Okay, and similarly we'll take whatever the left prod value that was already calculated and whatever the new right prod value that we get, multiply it and save it in the result. Okay, similarly we'll have to do the same for these guys. Okay, so what will be the right prod value, again we need to update it, right. The previous value was 4. Okay, and now we have a new number, right, that will be into 3, that will be 12. Okay, 12 will be the right prod value, and what is this 1, so answer will be 12 here. Similarly, the next step, it will be the 24. Okay, now if you quickly check the code also, right. So that's what we have done here. We have initialized the result array here. Okay, we calculated all the left products. Okay, and we'll already stored it in the result. Okay, and we'll be in place replacing the result variable such that to perform the right prod values, like a left prod into right prod, and get into the final result. That's it. Thanks.